Hey there guys, welcome back to another episode of the Cooped Up Podcast. Welcome back to another episode, and today I am back with, firstly, the G-Nator. Josh, hello.
Hello. Hello, it's good to be back.
Jolly good. You're currently using your phone's audio because you've been having some mic problems over the past couple of episodes.
Yep.
So hopefully it will all get fixed pretty soon. And back once again, we have Shutnotegaming. Joe, hello there.
Hello.
Jolly good. So, as you know, last episode we had Ninja Dogs 14 on. We did have a bit of a debate at the very end of that, which was... Josh, do you know about this?
It has slipped my mind.
We had a debate about sparkling water, of all things. Because
it's what real men fight about.
Because Jay despises
God damn it.
sparkling water. And Joe loves sparkling water, so I just want to know your opinion on the matter.
Don't like it.
Do you or do you not like sparkling water?
I do not like it.
You don't like it? Joe, you're just on your own here.
I like it with squash, so I can understand. But
If
also,
it has flavour,
it's
yeah,
just-
but just
Yeah.
water?
You like flavoured
No.
sparkling water. Okay.
No, I don't
That's-
like it, but I think I could like it. If it
So
had
can we all
flavour.
agree that sparkling water on its own is bad, but with some
Yes.
flavour... Okay.
Yes, okay.
There we
We've
go.
finally settled the debate.
Right, debate settled. The thing is, I haven't actually... Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you guys on the spot. Josh, what's your topic for this week?
My topic for this week?
Yeah, go on.
My topic is just whatever it needs to be at the time. I have no plan.
Oh, okay then. Joe, what's your topic of the week?
You told me it was dumb, but I'm bringing it up anyway. Digital versus physical media. And this
Fair
can
enough.
apply to both movies and video games.
So you're saying like
Like opinions.
like a newspaper versus Twitter.
Or
Is
I'm
there something
saying... No, I'm saying as if like a DVD for a movie versus downloading it
getting a download
digitally
for
from
it.
a service.
I think, Josh, we've actually got the same opinion on it, which is we just like having something to look at on our shelves, really.
Oh, yeah.
When
Yeah.
it comes to
Like-
movies we own.
I've always preferred to have a physical copy than a digital. Personally.
It's just nice, isn't it? You can just
But-
look at your shelf and go, I've got all of this.
But it's less convenient
Not really,
Is it though?
because
It's
just
what if
putting
so
a
you're...
much
fist in
nicer.
something.
to just be able to go boop.
Yeah, but then also
but
there's
it's
that
also-
worry that what if there's that one little glitch and you lose all of it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
with DVD scratches, it's like the same thing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
those are, I think, they can be fixed. And they can be much more easily replaced, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But with an issue with digital media that recently occurred, because Nintendo closed down the eShop services for certain countries. Once the service is closed down, you don't get your money back. You are unable to access the media that you never own the media. It is just a license. So that's one issue that I'd say is very good with physical media.
Yeah, you
Versus
know what
digital.
you've got, yeah.
But the convenience factor, and in addition to that, storage. It's so much easier to store digital media because it's a smaller form factor, as in you could put it on a memory stick.
Yeah, I think
For
that
a movie.
I think that with
Um,
games, it's a lot easier to just do it digitally.
I think.
Yeah,
I think
and
another thing for
obviously,
me.
Plus the yes, go ahead.
I think another thing for me is that, and I know a lot of people like online stuff, but I love the idea. For example, with a video game, I love local play, and you can't do that with as much with digital.
I wouldn't say that's a factor.
I don't
I like
necessarily.
it. For me personally, it's a thing that
Oh, I like local play as well.
I
Yeah.
appreciate.
Local play is great, but it being physical or digital media shouldn't affect that because it'll be the same game either way.
Well, no, I more
Yeah.
mean like, for example, if you wanted to go around a friend's house with a game or a movie, you can't really just as well do
well,
that.
it takes me back
That's
to like
true
the
with-
days of going to the neighbors with like a Wii remote and going, "All right, time for some Mario Kart." and stuff
That
like
would be
Uh,
that would be
that's just
true
what
with like
we all
older
did back
consoles.
in the day.
I know.
Well, no,
I
yeah.
know. I'm old. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, not anymore now, because this is one thing I do want to say, which is why I think I prefer digital games now, which is the idea of now on both Xbox One and PS4, when you get a game, you can't play it immediately. It's got to then spend hours downloading something, then it's going to have even more updates it's got to download, and then finally you can actually play the game. I just
Yes.
feel like if it was, you just download it all in one then that just makes
I
things a
can
bit
agree
less
with that,
frustrating.
yeah. I
Because
can
you're getting a
understand that.
disc to play the game, and it's not letting you do that.
I can
So
completely understand
I think
that.
downloading it just makes the process a bit easier.
Yeah.
But then there is like a storage problem there.
Well, that's the thing. For like,
But you get that storage problem with discs anyway. Just you might be able to have like 2 more games when it
I
comes
mean,
to discs.
this is
Yeah.
And you also for
I just
larger
like the look
games.
I just like the look of a shelf collection. Okay.
Yeah.
I just enjoy that sort of thing.
But they look better with older games anyway, that you can't get digital products for anymore, such as the Wii,
that's nice.
or that never had a digital library, such as GameCubes, Wii's, not Wii's,
Yeah,
GameCubes,
that
N64s,
looks really impressive,
Mega
yeah.
Drives. What was I gonna say now?
It's a nice thing to show off, I guess. You can just say,
Yeah.
"This is mine. I physically have it," which I think is, yeah, it just feels like a trophy, almost like a rite of passage to have the discs or cartridges or whatever.
Yeah, that's.
So there we go. You know what,
I
Joe?
can
Never mind. I regret shutting it down. That's
There you
actually
go.
a pretty.
It
This
was
is
a
actually
good little
pretty
thing
good
to discuss. Yeah.
conversation point. Yeah, quite a good little thing. I need to think of a little thing because we'll probably get into. Should we just start with Rogue One now?
Let's start with Rogue One.
All right, Joe,
Okay.
you're,
Yep,
you're
sounds
going
good.
to host. You're going to host
Um,
this segment.
I
For
think first of all,
well, hold on. For reference, when the way this podcast works is every week one of us will contribute a film. We discuss it, and then at the end of the episode, someone will say what the film of next podcast will be. So yeah, go ahead, Joe.
so this week's film was Rogue One, as said before. And I think first of all we should all just describe it. Maybe not in just one word, because sometimes it's hard to describe masterpieces in one word. So maybe describe it in multiple words.
Describe me.
So maybe 1 to 3 words. So I would say a good spin-off movie.
I would say.
That is
I
3
know you
words.
go ahead, Josh. I'm trying to think of words now.
Words have escaped him. We go to Josh first, because it seems like you need some time to think.
Underrated war film.
Yeah?
And I'm going to say overrated Star Wars film.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Then.
If I could use one...
Um,
okay, if I was actually going to use just one word, I would say confusing.
Well, we'll get to that in one of these segments, but the first one we should probably talk about is the good things.
Good things. Yeah?
Acting.
So, obviously, I really liked... Because despite having many characters, so Jyn, Krennic, Cassian Andor, K2SO,
There are a lot, yeah.
it still managed to give them at least some form of character, enough for you to kind of go, I really hope they don't die, but I know what happens in episode 4 and I know they're not there.
You see, I disagree with that. I feel like they did a lot of bare minimum with their characters. There were 2 that I did legitimately like in that, which were Chirrut and K2SO.
K2.
Those 2
Don't
are great.
even like Krennic?
Krennic's suitable for what he is, but I could hardly say he's a developed character.
He's not developed.
Like, he's-
but considering he's an officer compared
like,
to previous.
yeah, he's like Tarkin, for example. He's not a developed character, but I can get past that because
He's a good
not
villain.
the focus of the story. Yeah, he's just the evil guy, basically.
I
And
do
I think
also-
Krennic is... I really like Krennic, actually. He's suitably over the top for this one.
I just.
Well,
I
that
love-
and they do... Oh.
I like how they described him as being like a knockoff officer because he's not got a very posh accent.
Yeah, he's got an Australian accent.
Yeah.
A couple of other things
But-
I like. It's directed by Gareth Edwards, who, if you don't know, actually went on... Actually, no, he previously directed Godzilla in 2014. And you can sort of tell that. I think he did a really good job doing the scale of all this. In particular,
Yeah.
the Battle of Scarif looks amazing from a battle standpoint. For the most part, I think all the production design and costumes and stuff like that looks pretty solid. I like
The
that
Death
it's...
Troopers.
Yeah.
Really hit spot.
Yeah, it's got some really nice designs in it. And above all else, I think that despite the fact they've made a movie that basically fills in a plot hole, it actually did a solid job explaining that plot hole. So
Yeah.
I'll give them a pass for that. So yeah, it's pretty entertaining, but I just think it's neutered by certain things that we'll get onto later.
Yes. Well, is there anyone
But
else
all I'll
got
say
anything
is
good to say?
it's good in terms of filmmaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
One thing I liked as well is they didn't just use these modern fancy cameras. They did actually try to almost emulate the original cameras that they used for A New Hope to give it that kind of feeling.
Yeah, the camera work was really solid in this movie.
And another touch, there's no opening crawl
yeah.
to help kind of separate it from the rest of the mainline Star Wars movies, which I think is what all the spin-offs should do.
Yeah, when they announced that there wasn't going to be an open crawl, there was like an actual uproar from Star Wars fans going, "How dare you not put an opening crawl in a Star Wars movie?" And I was thinking, "Oh, for God's sake, who cares?"
It was a spin-off.
But I think it
for a
turned
reason.
out better than if they had.
Yeah, like surely you can find more things to complain about than the opening crawl.
What would the opening crawl have said anyway? Because
Probably would have gone into detail of what we actually get to see at the very beginning of Jyn Erso as a child, and then being picked up by Saw Gerrera.
Yeah, maybe that, or maybe they just explain the Empire is building a weapon. I wonder what that weapon is.
But yeah, it
Project
wouldn't have
Stardust.
been
What
necessary.
could that be?
That's all. It wouldn't have been necessary.
Which reminds me, when they are in the Imperial facility, I like the small references.
Yeah.
For example, the Black Saber.
Black Saber. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
just thought
a
that
nice
was neat.
reference. Actually, on the subject of that, one of the places they actually filmed the Imperial facility was, I think it's like a tube station in London. So I think me and Josh have both actually seen the place that they filmed.
Yes,
some of
I remember that. Yeah.
Some of the sneaking in stuff. I was like, oh hey, that's in Rogue One.
Hey, I recognise that.
Yeah, that was a fun little reference.
One thing I like about the movie, which I know some people probably won't like, and I know they did go a bit over the top on some parts, but I liked all of the references and callbacks. Actually, not all of them. I liked most of them.
I did. I'm gonna have to disagree with you there.
I liked.
Well, there you go. There's a disagreement.
Yeah, I liked ones like returning characters like Bail and Mon Mothma, and I liked ones like the little ones that Joe mentioned there, but I did not like ones like Evazan and Ponda Baba.
Yeah, we can get more into fan service later because that goes into a couple
Things
of
that probably aren't very good about that movie.
There was another good thing that came into my head and now I've forgotten it again. Okay, you say a couple of other things you liked.
This is a controversial one. People don't like the CGI. I like it. I still can't tell
The
that it's
CGI is
CGI.
great. The CGI is great.
I like the Tarkin bring back and the Leia bring back. Spoilers.
The
Tarkin-
CGI is really mixed. I think the AT-ATs and the vehicles, they look really good. I think
I didn't even know
K2SO,
that.
Tarkin. Tarkin.
I think K2SO looks really good. Some other stuff.
Tarkin was as good as they could have done, but it's definitely not perfect.
Yeah, in
not
cinemas,
perfect.
Tarkin looked pretty good, and when watching it at home, I was like, okay, I can sort of see it here, but I'll give them a pass. This looks good enough. Leia looked rubbish, in my opinion.
Leia just looked a bit weird. But Tarkin
Yeah.
He looked as good as they could have done, I think, because
Yeah.
we've seen how they can do de-aging now, but bringing back someone who's been gone for that long, that's tough.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that is
It is
impressive.
really impressive, especially when you look at the actor that got to play him, and you go, "Well,
Yeah,
that's nothing
Guy
like Peter
Henry.
Cushing." Yeah. I suppose they got him for the voice, but yeah, he did a. They did a
They
good
got him
job
for the
with
facial
Tarkin in this.
structure.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Actually, that's a
He
lie.
has a unique facial structure.
That's a lie. There are two things that I want to say that are good. Action choreography. I think that's pretty good in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Especially all the Chirrut stuff, mostly because I think they actually just said to Donnie Yen,
Be
just
you.
go and
Just
choreograph
be
your
yourself.
own like stick
Yeah.
fight with stormtroopers. And so he went,
Go crazy.
okay, and that's probably the best part of the movie. That's probably the best fight scene in the movie of him with those.
What, on Jeddah? Or
On Jeddah, yeah.
Yeah, that's will always be an iconic scene.
Humor. Like I said,
Yes.
I really like Chirrut and
K2.
K2SO, and that's because they are really
Yeah.
funny characters, actually. They have some good jokes there. Chirrut had the bit where he's Are you kidding? I'm blind. When they
Oh,
put
when
the
they
bag
put the
over
sack
his
over
head.
him.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
that's a good joke. And I also, like, every time K2SO made a joke, it landed, pretty much.
K2SO was just perfect in that movie.
I think he's probably the best part of that movie, K2SO.
Mm.
And then lastly, I like what they were trying to do here. In terms of execution, I think they did make several mistakes. But in terms of the idea of making this grim war film where people die left, right, and centre, and morals are very murky and grey, I think that in terms of the goal that they were trying to get there, the idea was there. The problem was some execution. But I like how brutal it's trying to be at some points. I like that what they wanted with this one was to make it different. And I think that's something that Star Wars needed.
Yeah, we'll compare it to Solo, which didn't really try to.
Could I point out something that I thought was quite funny?
Okay.
Go on.
So you know how Tarkin in the movie, he like towers over Krennic?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, Peter Cushing's a big guy.
No, Peter Cushing was I think about 5'11", but Guy
Really?
Henry was 6'4".
Yeah, Guy Henry's a tall guy. Is Peter
So they
Cushing
did-
only 5'11"? I swear he was like the same height as Christopher Lee.
No,
I'm wrong.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't. He just looked tall, but he wasn't. I don't think he's actually
Saying that, I don't know, he's always stood next to Darth Vader, so it's a little hard to tell.
Yeah.
It was
tall Tarkin
182
actually
centimeters.
Oh, so it's about
182,
6'4".
yeah, that's about...
182
No,
centimeters.
182
5'11".
is like 5'11 and a
Yeah.
half, I think, yeah. Damn.
But yeah, I just thought that was quite funny that they just chose that. It reminds me of The Crown in ways when they got John Lithgow as Churchill. He's so much taller than he was in real life.
Yeah, I think that's fine, though.
Yeah,
But I think we've talked. I think that's enough on what was good. How about we go to the bad stuff, which is probably where a lot of disagreements are going to happen.
Well, anyway, actually, this can be like a nice transition of fan service, because this movie, it's mostly fan service in terms of
what
they're trying
so
to
much
do.
fan service.
Yeah, well, it was fan service because it went. Hey, it takes place just before the very first movie.
I have mixed feelings on the fan service, because some parts of it work, some parts of it don't.
Yes,
I think
agreed.
Stormtroopers, makes sense to see them here. TIE Fighters, makes sense. Death Star, makes sense. Darth Vader, actually the best, like, probably the
One of the best
Best scene in all of
ever.
Star- in all of
Everyone
Star
loves
Wars.
the scene of him, and I mean, I think he's great. I think Darth Vader was...
You can hear
Darth
the
Vader
age.
was... You can hear the age in his voice, but I think Darth Vader was fan service done right, because
Yes.
it made sense. I remember like being in the cinema when he turned his lightsaber on, and I just got chills from seeing it.
It's
That's a
although
crazy
I got
good
chills as
moment.
well.
It cannot be denied
And then
that one line. Be careful not to choke on your aspirations.
I
was
thought
like,
that suited it.
That was dad jokey.
It was.
Mm.
To the point where my
wasn't
dad,
sure.
to the point where my dad, who watched the movie with me, went, you know what, I should use that one more often.
Well, there's a disagreement for us because I really liked that part.
It was.
Oh, no, I
it was
like the
funny,
scene,
but it
I just
should
think
have
it
been
was dad
said by
jokey.
him.
Yeah.
A couple of other... But in terms of fan service, then there were some places that I don't think it worked very well. Leia didn't particularly need to be there, especially not in CGI, but I understand why they did it. C-3PO and R2-D2, okay,
They didn't
fine.
need to be there.
They didn't need to be there, but it is like a tradition of Star Wars that they're in everyone, so fine.
Evazan and Ponda Baba definitely not.
The Rebels,
yeah, those
the
two
Rebels
shouldn't have been
references were fine. The worst case is that Cantina guys thing. I don't know
Evazan
why,
and Ponda Baba.
because it's not like with Chopper from Rebels just being in the background of one scene.
Yeah, they were given
They directly stop the movie so that they can put in these two characters
and then
and
it
say-
just raises confusion because
and
it's like,
say,
wait, so
look,
how are they on?
it's these two from the
Yeah.
originals.
How did they get to Tatooine so quickly?
Yeah, that
And like, how did they escape Jeddah just before it went
yeah,
kablooey?
that was a really strange thing for them to include.
Because, like, in Rebels, we know that Rogue Squadron, or whatever they were called, were at Yavin, at the Yavin base. Ghost Crew.
Yeah,
We
A
knew
lot
they
of-
were at Yavin base.
well, because
a lot
you
of the
hear
movie
about
felt-
General Syndulla.
Mm.
Yeah. A lot of the movie felt like it was trying to... In the same way that The Force Awakens was, like, stealing the plot from the original trilogy, this movie felt like it was stealing a lot of the designs and the aesthetic from the originals, and that's what they were going for. But the problem that it's just had now is that it isn't particularly distinct in terms of what it brings to the table.
I'd say Scarif is.
The Battle of Scarif, I'd say, it sort of stands on its own.
Planet designs, the Imperial facility on the planet that escapes my mind. Oh, the name of the planet that escapes my mind.
Edu.
Yes.
Edu I'll get to.
Well, I also like how, and this is something that I think
You've cut off Josh.
Yeah, I know. I think this sets it apart. One thing I think sets it.
I'm very mixed on whether or not it is mining nostalgia.
But
some people have said.
Died.
Yeah, some people, like you, for example, Joe, said it completely stands on its own, and other people, like Red Letter Media and so on, have said it's completely just a cash grab. I'm sort of in the middle of it. I think that it sort of is doing both, and it sort of succeeds at that. You know, if you're a Star Wars fan, you will like this movie. But if you're a movie fan like I am, then you're going to find some bigger problems here. And that bigger problem I have is that the characters of this movie are really uninvesting. I like K2SO and Chirrut because they're funny and they're good presences. But in terms of what they actually contribute to the story and personality is they don't really contribute that much. In fact, I think the only reason that these two characters really work at all is just because they've actually got character.
That's fair.
Whereas Jyn Erso is a complete blank slate who I didn't have any attachment to in this movie. Same as
Cassian.
What's his name? Cassian. Yeah, I don't think there's like one line that tries to give him some character, but again, it didn't really work for me.
Baze and Bodhi kind of.
Baze and Bodhi, they didn't really try to do that, but again, their personality wasn't distinct. I'll give like a pass to Baze because they were like, oh, he's just a protector. Cool. Saw Gerrera was a bit weird, but
Saw
I like
Gerrera
how
should have
they
been
put
in it more.
Galen Erso should have been in it more.
I think what they should have done is they should have axed a couple of the side characters in favor of developing a couple of the others. So maybe I don't know, like axe Diego Luna and Jiang Wen, and you're left with just Jyn, Chirrut, K2, and Bodhi, and then hopefully you can just get through the plot and sort of understand it a little bit better. Galen Erso, I like what they were doing there, and I like the idea that there were people within the rebellion, within the Empire who were going, this is wrong. I'm not going to stand for this. I've got to do something about it, and I like that they included that.
And I like the way he deals with it as well. When he's forced to make the Death Star, he decides to put in a weakness that looks like an intentional thing.
Yeah.
Because that's what you would do in that scenario.
I mean...
But when you were... On the subject of characters, though, this is a war movie that's trying to be really hard-hitting when people die. But the problem is they hadn't put enough work in with developing its characters to the point where I cared too much.
I can understand that. I cared.
There was only one death where I legitimately felt emotion, which was Chirrut's death.
Yeah.
Because he'd just succeeded at the one thing he had always wanted, and then died. That was sad. But then with Bodhi, I didn't feel a lot. With K2, I sort of felt
Bodhi was just
nice.
so jarring. Like, it was just out of nowhere.
Yeah, K2, I was like, oh, that's nice, but I didn't care too much. And then I liked Baze's final stand.
Yeah,
I think that was a good thing he did.
I mean, I just.
But then Jyn and Cassian's end did not work.
I like that they.
No, I didn't like
because that was what I was expecting, and I'm glad they didn't.
Well, the weird thing is they hug, but there's no real connection between them that sort of lies.
Yeah,
if
they'd see that, though,
if they'd been building up that these two were into each other, then them ending hugging each other was like, oh, that's nice for them to die on. But it was kind of just, oh, okay. But then But then the weirder thing is, I think this must be an editing problem, and I think it was Chris Stuckman who pointed this out. If you watch that scene again closely, you can see that just before, I guess the white line of the horizon, hits where they are, you can see that, Cassian opens his eyes. I thought that was a really strange editing thing they had there.
I don't really see the problem there, but okay.
Yeah. To be fair, I didn't notice it until someone else mentioned it, but...
I can tell that you don't like Krennic's death because you didn't even mention it. You probably forgot it.
I liked it.
I liked it.
Killed by his own creation.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets killed by
He's
the
on
death
top of the tower.
Actually,
despite
the fact I forgot his death, I will. That was good. Oh, Joe,
I love how he just looks up and he's like, he's like,
there's like a weird crackling noise coming from
Yeah.
Oh, is it still coming from me?
Oh, want to say something again?
Hello?
Okay,
it's there. It's gone. Like,
okay,
I just like how he looks up and he's like, oh no, I'm dead.
Yeah, I like how Tarkin was like, you're not getting any credit for this. Boom. That's nice.
Because
I mean, I just like how...
it is talking. So.
I just like how, other than characters who are in other movies, I can't. There's only one significant character who doesn't die that I can think of.
Yeah, I think that out of all the people to take out Krennic, only 2 ways would have worked, which is if it's Tarkin or if it's Vader.
Or Vader.
And so I think they did a good job with his death. The other main problem I have is a little thing known as structure. This movie has a really dull first half, but then the second half is really, really solid. Most of the things that I've described that I like happen in the second half of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
The beginning is a mess in terms of structure because it's trying to introduce so many plot elements and characters and themes all in one way. And so it's really like jumpy in terms of where it wants to be, and I'm left thinking, geez, this is kind of messy. And it kind of continues like that. When we finally then on Jedha, it sort of picks up a little bit. You're like, okay, the plot's going on here. I'm not particularly interested. They blow up Jedha. I'm like, oh, I'm interested again. Then they go to Edu, and I'm immediately taken out of the movie. I'd say Edu is probably the worst part of Rogue One.
Well,
that's the planet where Galen dies, isn't it?
Yeah, because they're kind of just camped outside of a ship in the rain. Then Jyn wanders off a bit. Then there's like a conversation, and immediately Galen's dead. It's a feeling of
I like the stuff with Galen on the planet, but I can see. I
understand what they were doing there, but I feel like they could have done it a lot better.
One thing I do like. I quite like that planet and that whole scene and all of that, and I think one of the things that seals that for me is the fact that it's not TIE fighters that blow up the platform and kill Galen Erso.
It's Y-Wings.
It's Rebel X-Wings.
Yeah.
Y-Wings.
Was it Y-Wing? I thought they were only X-Wings then.
They're bombers.
Well, anyway, the point is, the weird thing is they don't really, like, focus on that again. They're just like, yeah, he did it. Bye. They're like, the rebels did it, but Jyn never goes and blames them.
Like, it should have had more of an impact on the story.
Yeah,
I think Jyn probably should have had a moment.
Death didn't really mean anything to Jyn. If it's the sort of case if she was like, I don't want any of this, I just want to find my dad, and then his death causes her to go, you know what, we're gonna screw the Empire. But it doesn't happen, really. Like I said, it kind of just feels very thin in terms of its characters. And I think it's probably mostly because the lead of Jyn Erso was just really weak.
I liked Jin's personality, but yeah, she didn't have much of a character.
Yeah, like, you know it's a problem when freaking Rey has more of a personality than your main character.
Yeah, but Rey had 3 movies.
Well, no, in The Force Awakens she had more character than Jyn did.
And then she became a Mary Sue.
I think I don't know.
She was a Mary Sue in Episode
I don't think
7.
she was really a Mary Sue in The Force Awakens. She was definitely... And then she was like halfway a Mary Sue in Last Jedi, and then a complete Mary Sue in Rise of Skywalker.
And yeah,
that's another movie.
It's like, what do you mean you've learned how to heal people? I was like, what do you mean you've learned how to heal people on your own?
And also, like, have
if it was like she was talking to Luke's Force Ghost or something like that, and he went, "This is how you heal people, by the way." I was like, okay. It wasn't though. She just did it anyway.
We've gone off.
Let's stop dunking on.
Sequel trilogy.
Is there anything else anyone would like to add to the whole Rogue One thing?
Well, quickly, the other thing I do want to say, Scarif is amazing. That bit of it was where the movie really picked up and got really good. Couple of other general notes. The editing, in my opinion, wasn't very good. A lot of the scenes were pretty poorly lit. It's weird. Like, each planet, they went, let's light it differently.
Well,
and so, Jeddah looked fine. Edu just looked ugly.
The Ring of Kafrine at the start was a very dark one.
Yeah, there's like some weirdly dark stuff there that I thought... To be honest, I think when they said that Rogue One is a dark movie, they didn't fully commit to it, and I think part of it is that they set it on this bright tropical planet, the final fight, which is weird, because they could have absolutely done it in a more dark way, but they sort of just missed that one.
No, I like that. I'm not upset at that.
But I don't know, I like the Battle of Scarif, but yeah, that's sort of just the main things about Rogue One. Oh wait, no, hold on. There's one last bit I want to talk about that I completely forgot. The last bit of this that I wanted to criticize is the... again, I think you guys have probably forgotten this. The Boar Gullet.
I just don't...
Saw Gerrera's like...
Interrogation thing.
Yeah, interrogation squid thing that makes one appearance and then isn't in the movie again.
Well, they did actually put Boar Gullet in, like, future comics. But
I know, but like, why is it there?
You could say the same about the Sarlacc in the originals.
I think it was there not only to kind of advance the plot, but it was to also show these guys are different. The partisans are different from the normal rebellion. They torture the information to make sure they're telling the truth. They don't just interrogate.
Yeah.
These guys aren't playing nice.
They're trying to do a murky side of it, but I think that getting a massive squid is not the way you do it.
I think what it is canonically is it's got natural force abilities and it just uses it to read your mind.
Yeah, I just think they could have done it better, really.
What? So you'd rather see them like get out swords and knives and start
I would
torturing
actually.
Bodhi?
Well, I don't know. Like do what they did in Empire, which is just have Han Solo get lowered into a table and then like outside the room you can hear him screaming, something like that. That way you can keep it.
No, they love the tentacles. Have you not seen episode 7?
I bet Ninja Dog 14 really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
Have you never seen episode? Have you?
So yeah, that's sort of the last.
Have you never seen episode 7 with the Rathtars?
Yeah,
they
look very similar to Rathtars. Music was fine. And that's the last thing I wanted to say.
Yeah, I think we've covered pretty much everything.
Music was good.
So is there anything else you guys want to say?
I'm one of the few people who think that there is potential in the Cassian and K2SO series.
Okay.
I mean, that's Rogue One-esque.
Intrigued, but I'm not too...
It lost
its showrunner recently, and I think it got a new one.
Well, it's Kathleen Kennedy, so that's about expected.
Yeah. Kathleen Kennedy losing a visionary is not a new thing.
Really. But if they go into like the dark stuff of the rebellion and they don't hold anything back, I think it could be really good. But then if they start putting in,
if they go like Mandalorian sort of thing,
they start making them look softish, like what they did with Rebels towards the end of it.
When we've all seen Mandalorian, should we do an episode on it, or like Clone Wars?
Yeah, I think
that's going to finish in a couple of weeks.
I would really I really want to see Clone Wars season 7, but I'm waiting until it's
I do as well.
Because I keep seeing things that I keep going, stop, it looks good.
So
I've not started it, but I'm going to do it when it's all out.
Oh yeah, I'm going to get the week free trial and just binge.
Same. And Mandalorian, because I haven't seen that yet.
So Joe, do you want to quickly finish the Rogue One segment?
I've just had it for...
unless anyone else has anything to say on Rogue One, I think we're about done with it.
I just like how everyone dies.
Yeah.
Well, there's also the...
Except for, like, Draven.
Well, there's also the ratings out of 10.
Oh, yes. My bad.
Should we start with the pessimist in me, which is I give it a 5 because I'm very indifferent to it. It's first half sucks, second half great. Some characters good, other characters lame. It's like perfectly 50-50 in terms of things I like and don't like. So, yeah.
That's fair enough.
Fair enough.
Your rating?
7.5.
7.5.
Ooh. That's the same rating I think
not
Joe
the
gave
best.
Terminator.
It's not my favourite film ever, but I love it. I do love it.
I could be incredibly mean and do what Mr. Chicken did to me last week, and say it's got to be a round number, can't be a decimal. But I'm not that mean because I'm personally going to give it an 8.
You're gonna give it an 8.
Or if I
really-
had to do that, I would up it to an 8.
Yeah, okay.
So it averages at like a 7 then, I guess.
Yeah. Which I suppose makes
6.5,
sense. I mean,
Yeah.
it's far better than overall than the other Star Wars spin-off movie.
Well, on the subject of that, actually, we're sort of going into the Q&A segment, but I thought we'd actually, because this is the final episode of the Cooped Up Podcast before the 4th of May.
Oh,
meaning
yeah.
meaning that this one we'll say can like coincide with Star Wars Day. So I thought we'd quickly go through an activity of ranking the Star Wars movies.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna
So
move.
quickly, I'm gonna just say the Ewok movies aren't canon because you two haven't seen them.
No, I forgot
Yes.
they existed. Nor
Which
is the
leaves
Christmas
us-
special.
Which leaves us with 13 movies, so we are going to include the holiday special. Can we
Oh,
just
we
all
are?
agree that in 13th is the holiday special?
Yeah.
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
13th place is the holiday special.
Unless you're not enjoying it for ironic reasons. Like,
No,
if
because
you
I
enjoy
couldn't.
it
I
because
couldn't
it's
even
ironic.
ironically enjoy it. It was
I
that
had to
bad.
stop watching it.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Oh, we're also including the Clone Wars movie in this.
Okay, I've been
So-
many
May as well.
years since I've seen
Other
that one.
than the holiday special, what's the worst Star Wars movie?
Ooh.
Attack of the Clones.
I'm also going to say Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones. It's just so painful to watch. Like,
All the
Phantom Menace has good things. Revenge of the Sith has good things. Attack of the Clones.
this movie
Yeah.
was just
I
this
can't
movie was
enjoy
just
it.
bad dialogue. Yeah. So would you
I'm-
also agree that it's
I'm
number
gonna have to
12,
agree with you on that one. Oh
that
no,
Attack of the
actually,
Clones is?
I really don't like Episode 8. No, I'm gonna have to
I'm-
say
We're gonna.
Attack of the
I
I
Clones.
think one day we will have to do an episode dedicated to
Episode
Don't
8.
make me watch that.
My opinion on
Um,
my opinion on Episode 8 has definitely improved. It's just not.
Sorry.
My
Anyway, we're not
opinion
gonna
on-
talk about episode 8. So you're gonna say that.
Yeah. Okay.
So
okay.
we're all saying number 13 is Holiday Special. Number 12 for me and Josh is Attack of the Clones.
I'm gonna
12
say
for
Attack of the
Yes.
Clones.
So you're also
This
gonna
is
say
number
number 12.
12.
So presumably for Joe, for you, number 11 is Last Jedi.
Yep.
For me, 11 is The Phantom Menace. Because
For me, it's
I
Clone
mean,
Wars movie.
I'm not going to talk about Phantom Menace because it's been memed. You're going to say the Clone Wars movie. Okay, then.
It's just it felt like 3 episode. It just felt like
Possible.
3 episodes, not like a movie.
Oh god, I can't even
Yeah,
remember the
that's
name
fair,
of Episode
actually.
8.
I think those 3 episodes are pretty annoying as well in terms of that
Yeah.
stuff. So, right, rounding off the top 10 then, what is the 10th best / third worst Star Wars movie?
Fourth
um,
worst.
Oh, yeah, well, Holiday Special. Yeah, okay, fourth worst.
I'm gonna have to go
I-
with the
Phantom
Clone Wars
Menace.
movie.
You'd say Phantom Menace goes there, and Joe, you go with Clone Wars movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
I would also go with Clone Wars movie there.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it's just 3 episodes that are kind of unrelated stitched together.
It's
and-
And then,
weirdly paced.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just strange. And I think that it has a lot of problems that the first season of Clone Wars had, which is it was being too childish.
Yeah.
Ahsoka actually kind of sucks in this movie, which is a shame
Agreed.
because she's awesome in the show, but she just
Yeah.
sucks in the
They
movie.
didn't. The
did suck.
characters
She
weren't
did suck
developed
early on.
enough.
Yeah. So the number 9 / 5th worst.
Um.
I'm
ooh.
going
Last
to
Jedi.
trigger. I'm going to trigger somebody. It is Revenge of the Sith.
Oh.
Because I think Revenge of the Sith doesn't work as its own movie. Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, but neither does a lot of other films.
Well, I'm saying in terms of Revenge of the Sith, the premise is Anakin turns to the dark side, but I don't think they did that justice. Therefore, I can't give it any
If I'm
real
taking
credit.
if I'm taking into account watching Clone Wars, which I am, it works.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But anyway, you're saying Last Jedi, Josh.
Yeah, I
so-
don't think it's as bad as Joe thinks it is, but I'm still not a fan.
Okay, and Joe, what did you say was
number nine.
Number 9?
Oh. I'm gonna have to go with
Have you got them all, like,
Rise
spread
of
out?
Skywalker.
You're going to put Rise of Skywalker
I
there. Okay.
Rise of Skywalker does a few things right, but most of it's awful.
Well, for me, Rise of Skywalker is number 8 because I at first put it at number 7, but looking back at it, I think I would put it at number 8 now because that movie is
I've-
just so insincere
Messy.
and so like
Mm.
yeah, it's such
I've
a
not watched
nightmare.
it properly since it came out, but
No, neither
I
have I.
remember it. I enjoyed it, even if it wasn't a good movie.
I kind of refuse to watch Rise of Skywalker again because of how much of a nightmare that movie is.
Well, no,
in
it's like-
terms of the way it was.
I know it's not a good movie, but I actually did enjoy
Yeah,
lots of it because
it's-
of the stuff it did.
I'm trying to think what I could compare it to. It's like Justice League in a way. it's trying to be
Yeah.
so inoffensive
Yeah.
and fun, but the problem is you can see straight through it. So that's why it's my number 7. Josh and
only
Joe, what
thing
are
I
your
like-
number 7s?
Oh, what did I? We're on number 8, aren't we?
No, your number 8 was. Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, we're on number 8.
Number 8.
Sorry.
You confused me then, because I went, wait a second, I've got number 8.
Yeah, sorry. Number 8.
Oh.
Mine- Oh, it is for me between Rise of Skywalker and Revenge of the Sith. And
Rise of Skywalker and
just-
what?
Revenge of the Wait, audio is still broken.
Well, my number 8.
Audio's still broken. Audio's still broken. I hate this audio so much.
Hello.
Yeah, so okay, there we are. And Revenge of the Sith.
Okay, so it's between Rise of Skywalker and Revenge of the Sith there. Joe, what would you say goes at number 8?
I'm gonna have to say episode 7.
You go for Force Awakens there, really? Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm forgetting quite a bit. Maybe between Phantom Menace and Rise of Sky. No, episode 7. Sorry, Force Awakens.
Okay.
I'm
Then
not a
to
fan of the
number-
new trilogy.
Okay, then to number 7, I guess Josh will probably just say whatever one he.
Rise of
picked.
Skywalker.
You'd say Rise of. Oh, so you prefer Rise of Skywalker over Revenge of the Sith? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
My
It's
number,
very close,
my
though.
number 7 is Solo, just because it's. A
Oh,
bit
yeah, wait,
isn't
I
it?
can-
It's just.
I won't lie. I forgot it existed.
Do you want to rejig your list so you can put Solo in?
Solo.
What about you, Joe? You're gonna have to rejig your list
yeah.
to put Solo in.
Solo
No.
goes before.
Where would you put Solo?
I'd put Solo at-
what would you put at number 7?
The Phantom Menace.
You put the Phantom Menace. Okay. So then number 6
I-
is that where Solo fits in?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
put Solo before I put Revenge of the Sith.
Sorry. So you'd put
I-
Solo at number 6
Bef-
then?
Before Revenge of the
Me, yeah.
Audio.
No,
Hold on.
Josh.
hate
What
this
would you
audio.
do?
Before Revenge of the Sith. There we are. Yeah. Before
We should
Revenge
do-
of the Sith.
Okay. My number 6 would actually be Rogue One because, like I said, it's just I can enjoy it and completely forget about it every time I watch it. So there we go.
Yeah.
Now on to
Okay.
the top 5 best Star Wars movies.
Oh.
At number 5, I have put The Force Awakens because it's a fun movie. It's fun.
My problem was it was just basically a clone of episode 4.
Yeah, but it's fun.
I liked it though. Yeah, I
Josh,
can
what would
see
you
mean,
say is
but I
the
did
5th
like
best Star Wars movie? Oh, Josh, your internet seems to be a bit buggy.
Yeah, I think. Uh-oh.
We
I'm
might have
here.
lost. Oh no, okay. What would you say is at number 5?
Well, I don't think I said number 6. Number 6 for me is, I think, number 6 is Force Awakens. Number 5 is Rogue One. I think.
Sorry, what's number 5?
Rogue One. If I've
Rogue One's
counted
number
right.
5. Okay, Joe, what
I
would
may
you
have
put at
counted
number
wrong.
5?
I'm gonna have to put. I think episode 4.
New Hope, really? That one?
Yeah.
The one that started it all? Okay.
Yeah.
Number 4, I have gone with Return of the Jedi.
I'll agree there.
So you've also put Return of the Jedi at number 4.
Yes.
So better than Force Awakens, in my opinion. But
I think I've counted wrong, but I'm just going to keep going because why not?
Oh,
you're gonna end up with 1 and 0 somehow, or you're just gonna stop at 2. But yeah, Return of the Jedi I put at number 4. What did you?
I'm
put
gonna
at
have
number
to say
4?
Return of the Jedi for me as well.
All 3 of us put Return of the Jedi as the 4th best Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
The people's favorite, if you will.
Mm.
I can just hear someone in the comments now. Number 3, Last Jedi. I really
Number
like the Last
3
Jedi.
is- I'm going to skip number 3 because I think I've counted wrong. So yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I like the Last Jedi. Okay, what's your number 3?
Mine is gonna have to be Rogue One.
I mean, you've got a choice of 3 now. You put Rogue
Yeah.
One? Okay. So then number 2, Joe, I'm assuming you're going to put Empire?
It's so close between Empire and Revenge of the Sith for me.
Okay.
Revenge of the Sith.
I'm gonna say if we can include like kind of all the knowledge I know from Clone Wars about Anakin and all of that, then I'd say number 2 is episode 5.
You say number 2 is Empire. Okay.
But if we say that it's only those movies and those movies alone, nothing else affects them, then it's going to be Revenge of the Sith at number 2.
Well, what do you personally feel? I mean, presumably you'll just do it in terms of you as a Star Wars fan, so I guess you'd put Empire at number 2 then.
Yeah, I'd put Empire at number 2.
Okay.
Someone's going to hate me, but...
I've put A New Hope at number 2, because I watched it 3 times in 2 days as a kid. Okay? It's just what happened. So then my number 1, as you might have guessed, is The Empire Strikes Back.
I'm the same as that.
Which is one of my favourite movies ever made. Yeah,
The Empire Strikes Back is clearly a solid movie because it's always in everyone's at least
and you
top
put
3.
Revenge of the Sith, yeah.
It's in most people's number 1.
Yeah, to help me visualize this, I'm gonna quickly. Can you two both send me your complete lists?
I already took a list of it.
You did, brilliant. Okay, so just send
I'll
those to
have
me
to
in
remember
between, so I can get a graphic up. Oh yeah, so that was a very good Star Wars films ranked sort of thing.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, let's quickly get on to the Q&A, because I skipped this out last time and I felt really bad about it because I'd specifically asked our good friend Sam
some questions.
I'm Just Bad, as he is better known in our comments, to give us some questions.
Yeah.
So, question 1, when will you start making good content? Ow.
Better never.
I think these are all talking at you.
Yeah, I'm making a 5 Worst of the Fourth Doctor. That's 60% done. So hopefully it'll be out in probably a couple days after this podcast is uploaded. Question 2, what is your CS:GO rank? I was Golden over 2 yesterday. I then deranked.
No.
Thanks to a certain somebody on this cast.
I'm Silver 3.
Dig.
I'm Silver 3 and I'm
Gold
proud.
1 to Silver 3.
Silver 3 and proud.
And Josh, you refuse to play Counter Strike, so you don't have a skill group.
Nope.
Why? Which parent of yours was a chicken? I don't know.
The one that wasn't a fish.
My dad. There we go. This is targeted for all 3 of us.
Uh-oh.
Do you all have gay?
No.
Yes.
Maybe. There we go.
That's a
broad
perfect
spectrum of answers.
No,
for
yes,
that.
maybe. And the last question is, when will the G-Nator use a good mic?
Oh, that's funny. That's funny that you think I can get a good mic.
You can. It's just a question of what you have to sacrifice. Just cut one of your fingers
Everything.
off and sell it to the Illuminati, and you'll get
My
one.
finger's worth nothing.
You've got long fingers though, so those are worth a ton.
Okay, I guess maybe.
A few other questions. First up, which one of you on the podcast is the biggest normie?
Joe.
Oh.
No, wait, no. Adam.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Adam.
What? No, Josh, you're the normie. Okay,
Excuse
let's
me?
let's spice things up and put Ninja Dog 14 in here as well.
Yeah, okay, no, Ninja Dog.
He's not.
What's the normie spectrum?
He's a Twitch normie.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but is streaming on Twitch normie-ish? Because surely Minecraft
No.
Adam,
YouTuber
you are the
outweighs...
normie here. Compared to me, Joe,
Yeah.
and him, no.
Unless we include the one that hasn't been guested yet, of which, yeah, he's the biggest
okay,
normie.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The one who will show up at some point is the biggest normie.
But we won't spoil that yet.
Yeah, we won't spoil the surprise. But however, actually, you know what? When they finally show up, do you want me to introduce them as the normie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be the normie. A third question. This is a question to you two. Should I? It's just a completely unrelated thing. Should I do 4 guests? Or sorry, 3 guests and me?
Possibly.
Think...
Maybe for a special, but I can't imagine that works.
That would be hard
overly
to
well.
audio edit, but
yeah, and everyone ends up talking over each other. We struggle with that enough as it is with 3.
actually, yeah, that would be hell. I suppose we could eventually.
But
do
as a
it.
special, yeah, I think that would work quite well.
For the episode 10 or something.
Or 100 subscriber special, because people
100...
subscribe and hit that notification bell.
If I ever hit 100, speaking of which, if you want to help me hit 100 subscribers, please click the subscribe button down below. It would really help me out.
Wonderful.
one other thing quickly I thought I'd mention. I finished Jedi Fallen Order. I know I've already mentioned that to you two, but I thought I'd say on the podcast.
Yeah.
The story is surprisingly good. I think it's a good game.
Yeah.
I was unaware you could get
customization.
more than 2 stims and complete the whole game at 2 stims.
Here's the thing about me. I love 100% in games. So I've done things like 100% Lego games for the fun of it. I've done things like collect all the Riddler trophies in the Arkham series. And so in this case, I just went on every planet and got every secret, got every stim, got every skin. So yeah, I kind of went in a bit too prepared to the final battle. But yeah, still, it was good. I really liked it. And the impression... Actually, no, I'm not going to spoil that. I feel like... No spoilers for Fallen Order here. Maybe someday I will spoil it. But yeah,
Maybe.
It's just a really fun gameplay experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the sequel.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the
there's
second
going to
one
be a
as well.
sequel.
Yeah, there will be a sequel, because they sort of leave it open for a sequel in the future.
Respawn are already making it, so... It's already begun production.
Yeah, and since it is also Star Wars Day, I thought I'd give us another question, which is... What are your favourite episodes? So let's say top 3... Actually, not episodes. Top 3 favourite arcs of the Clone Wars. Because we've all seen the Clone Wars. You'd say Umbara. Okay. I'm going to quickly open IMDb.
Obi-Wan Bounty Hunter.
Really? Okay. The Deception.
I love that arc. And I know it's not really one single arc, it's like multiple, but just everything with Maul.
Everything with Maul.
Maul
would
is very
you say-
good on that.
Yeah, would you say the stuff of him on Mandalore, or would you say the
Yeah,
stuff of him...
yeah.
Okay, you'd say his
Maul's
Mandalore,
Mandalore
arc
arc.
specifically. Okay. Joe, what about you?
Number 3 is probably going to have to be Umbara.
Okay, I can see that.
I think the that arc as a whole is really good. Number 2 is going to have to be the Citadel.
Yeah,
The Citadel is very,
yes.
very, very good.
Thank you for giving that an honourable mention.
That's like a number 4 for me.
However,
great.
it would be number 1 except the Battle of Mandalore, the one where Darth Maul gets like the different
Yeah, the season 5 Mandalore stuff. Yeah, that's a really solid arc.
that one.
Okay,
The
For
pirates.
for reference, the Maul stuff on Mandalore and Umbara are my 2 favourites. However, I'm also going to try and find some ones that I do really like. I quite like the Night Sisters arc in season 3. I think that's a pretty good set of episodes.
Is that the one where
Savage
Ventress...
Press.
That's the one that they introduced Savage Press.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay. Oh, yeah, beginning of Maul as well.
Yeah.
The Mon Cala arc is a decent one.
That's a good one, yeah, but I wouldn't say it's my favourite.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mortis.
and the other one I want to shout out has got to be the Ahsoka arc in season 5.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
that's
fair
a
enough.
I really like the Ahsoka arc.
I liked Mortis, even if it's a bit weird.
Yeah, Mortis is pretty good as well, and I like the final Yoda arc as well.
This is before any of us have seen Season 7. Season 7 is
Yeah,
probably going to be
Season
our top 3
7's
favourites anyway.
Well, season 7's got, I think, 3 arcs in it.
Yeah,
so it's
it
got
did.
the Bad Batch, it's got the Ahsoka arc, and it's got the Siege of Mandalore, which I think
Yes.
we're all looking... In fact, interesting fact about this, apparently, the finale to Clone Wars Season 7, so the last ever episode, will air on Star Wars Day.
Oh, I hope that's true.
I think it is. So...
But
Yeah.
is that for America or is that for here as well?
It would be here as well.
Oh, let me take a look.
Because of the fact...
The only one it
because the
says
fact
it
it
for is
started-
America. The only one on IMDb it says it for is America. But it probably will be the same.
Because I swear they like released first 2 episodes for both when Disney Plus came out for the UK, and then
Well,
are doing it weekly.
Well, apparently, no. Apparently, what they're doing is, whilst America's releasing it every one episode every week, the UK was doing it 2 episodes a week to try and catch up, and now they're Now they're caught up. They're doing it once a week.
Right. Okay.
Well, Mandalorian still hasn't all released
Mandalorian,
yet.
I think, finishes like 8th of May.
This week.
So
Wait, this week.
for those of you who don't want to pay for Disney Plus, get it. If you want it just for Mandalorian and Clone Wars, get it on like the 8th or 9th of May, because then you'll have all of Clone Wars, all of Mandalorian, all of the Star Wars movies.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, so I'll probably be doing the same. Yeah, I don't really have
I
any
actually
questions.
have it.
Does anyone else have any like Q&A questions they could quickly go through?
I don't really have any Q&A, but I think it would have been funny if you had asked for everyone's favorite Rebels art, or like top 3 Rebels arcs.
Oh god.
Because I think I can only think of like one arc.
I can only
comes to
think of
mind.
one like Rebels episode that I immediately went yes, which is the Twilight of the Apprentice.
Is that final season 2?
Yeah, that's the season 2 finale.
That beginning of season 3 was alright and quite good. Just kind of went downhill. And Rebels does have one of my favorite scenes of all time, which is Kane and Jareth's. I won't spoil it. Just realised I spoiled it.
I mean, if you've seen Rebels, you probably know. Even if you haven't seen Rebels, you probably know. Josh, have you watched any of Rebels? I'm trying to think.
I've watched like the good bits and
Did
a
you
few bad bits.
just to be honest, just watch Twilight of the Apprentice and then
I have.
skip the rest.
I think I've watched
It's really
it.
good.
Good.
So
And so
it's
I think,
good.
Yeah. So I think if that's probably can be the end of the episode. It's been a bit shorter than the other 2 have been.
But it's still been
Which is
about
good
an
though
hour.
because you
But
can
yeah,
have a
it's
ton of
still a
editing
good
to
one.
do.
We got a good Rogue One discussion. We had a lot of Star Wars talk. I could actually get into some Q&A questions this time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for this episode of the Cooped Up Podcast. Joe, where can people find you?
Who knows? I said Dustbin last week, didn't I?
Yeah, you've got to find a new place that you've been to every time.
Homeless shelter.
Oh god, coronavirus has hit you hard.
Yeah.
Okay then. Well, thank you for being on anyway. And Josh, where can people find you?
Everywhere and nowhere.
You see, this is the thing with Jay. He just plugged his Twitch. With you two, you're not plugging anything.
Well, it's because we don't really have anything to plug.
I don't know. Josh is Josh has got a Twitter, I guess.
Yeah, but just
Anyway, I am going to plug my Twitter at MissChicken4321. For reference, my number of followers has not changed in about 2 years.
ouch. That's a big oof.
That's really sad. Yeah.
That is.
But anyway, yeah. So, and of course, subscribe to this channel for more of the Cooped Up Podcast, and hopefully, we will see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.